Imagine you're standing in the middle of an invisible battle where every day you feel the weight of defeat crushing your chest, and suddenly an eternal voice whispers in your ear. How many times have you cried out for victory but ignored the secrets I myself reveal to you? If your heart is beating faster right now, it's no coincidence. It's God calling you. Stay until the end, because these 3 secrets could be the key that transforms your failure into triumph today. Once upon a time, there was a man named Victor, an ordinary Christian in a bustling city in Colombia, where the noise of cars and smoke from the streets mingled with the aroma of fresh coffee he sold from a street stall to survive. Victor had hit rock bottom. His family business collapsed due to mounting debt. His marriage frayed like an old thread under the strain of endless arguments, and chronic anxiety gripped him at night, making his room smell of cold sweat and despair, with the ticking of the clock amplifying his fears like an endless echo. Every morning, he woke with his chest tight, wondering, "God, where are you in this darkness? Why does victory seem like a distant dream to someone like me?" But deep within his soul, a tiny flame of faith persisted, reminding him of the promises he had read in the Bible, even as the world dragged him toward the abyss. Victor didn't know it yet, but God was about to reveal 3 powerful secrets to him, not as magic formulas, but as eternal truths that would change his life in an instant, if only he would embrace them with an open heart. It was a stormy night when the revelation began, with the rain pounding on the zinc roof of his humble home like insistent fingers knocking at the door. Victor, unable to sleep, knelt on the cold ground, feeling the dampness rise to his knees, and cried out in a broken voice, "Lord, show me the way to victory, because I can't do it alone." In that moment of absolute vulnerability, an inexplicable peace enveloped him, like a warm hug in the cold, and he felt God speaking directly to his heart. The first secret was absolute trust in His Word. It wasn't just about reading it, but about living it as a shield against the arrows of doubt. He then remembered the verse from Proverbs 3:5-6, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight." But the tension grew. How could he trust when everything seemed lost? The next day, Victor decided to act. Instead of worrying about debt, he opened his Bible at the coffee stand and shared a verse with a regular customer, a man who turned out to be a compassionate lender. That simple act of trust opened an unexpected door. The man renegotiated his debts, giving him a respite that smelled of fresh freedom. Yet doubt lurked, whispering that this was just luck, creating a mystery that drove him to seek more, wondering if this secret would vanish like smoke. The second secret was revealed in the midst of a family crisis that no one saw coming. Victor came home that afternoon, with the setting sun turning the sky red like spilled blood, and found his wife crying in the kitchen, the scent of burning food filling the air as a symbol of their crumbling relationship. They had argued for the umpteenth time about money and their uncertain future, and she was threatening to leave, leaving a void that Victor felt like a knife in his stomach. In that moment of despair, God whispered to him the secret of unceasing prayer, not as an empty ritual, but as an intimate conversation that moves mountains. Inspired by 1 Thessalonians 5:17. Pray without ceasing. Victor took his wife's hand, and together they knelt right there on the sticky kitchen floor, pouring out their sorrows like poured water. The words flowed with tears, revealing hidden wounds neither had confessed before, their fear of failure, their resentment at emotional abandonment. The turning point came that night. As they prayed, an unexpected call from an old friend offered Victor a better-paying job at a local coffee shop. But deeper still, his wife felt a renewal of his love, as if God were weaving the broken threads back together. Yet the tension didn't disappear. Would this victory last, or was it just a temporary respite? The mystery of how prayer transformed the impossible kept him hooked, longing for the third secret to complete the puzzle. The third secret came like a thunderclap on a clear day, when Victor faced his greatest trial, a relapse of his anxiety that left him bedridden, his heart beating like an uncontrolled drum and the smell of bitter medicine permeating his room. He thought the first secrets had failed, and doubt enveloped him like a thick fog, questioning whether God really revealed lasting victories. But in that darkness, God showed him the secret of gratitude in the midst of the storm, based on Philippians 4:6. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. It wasn't fake gratitude, but a deep recognition of hidden blessings, even in the pain. Victor began listing in a crumpled notebook everything he was thankful for: his faith, his reconciled wife, his new job. This practice created an unexpected surprise. His anxiety gradually dissipated, like clouds parting, and as he shared his testimony at the local church, he inspired others, attracting loyal clients to his new job who multiplied his income. The intensity grew with each day. The three revelations intertwined, forming a tapestry of victory that depended not on circumstances, but on a living relationship with God. But the real mystery remained. Why did God wait until the very edge of the abyss to reveal these secrets? The answer unfolded in layers, keeping Victor, and now you, on edge, longing to apply them to see real change. As the days passed, Victor felt how these secrets weren't just words, but living forces that transformed his daily routine. In the mornings, as he prepared coffee, with hands still trembling from the memory of anxiety, he repeated the first secret, trusting that God would smooth the way, and he saw how unexpected customers arrived, bringing not just coins, but conversations that nourished his soul. Prayer became a constant thread, weaving moments of intimacy with his wife, where the aroma of a shared dinner replaced that of loneliness, and gratitude flowed like a river, washing away residual doubts. However, the trials didn't cease. One day, a competitor tried to sabotage his business, reviving old fears, and Victor felt the internal conflict tearing at his peace like fierce winds against a fragile sail. Would the secrets fail now? In prayer, God reminded him that victory is not the absence of battles, but triumph in them. Quoting Romans 8:37, "Yet in all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us." This truth created a turning point. Instead of confrontation, Victor prayed for his competitor and offered help, turning an enemy into an ally, and his business flourished like never before. The emotional tension kept him on his toes, revealing that each secret was a deeper layer of faith, inviting a transformation that went beyond the visible. But Victor's story didn't end there. It expanded like ripples on a calm lake. Months later, at a church meeting, he shared his testimony before a crowd, the echo of his words resonating in the hall, filled with the smells of polished wood and burning candles. He spoke of how the three secrets, trust, prayer, and gratitude, had led him from defeat to victory, inspired by real-life testimonies like that of Victoria Dahlia, who went from anxiety to divine peace, proving that God works in modern storms. The audience wept, identifying with his pains, and one by one they began to apply the secrets to their lives, creating a movement of hope that spread throughout the city. Victor felt a profound joy, as if God were whispering to him that true victory is shared, not solitary. However, a final question loomed. What if life brings a bigger storm? The answer came silently. Secrets are eternal, designed for any battle, maintaining the mystery of a God who reveals only what is necessary for growth. And so, in what seemed like an instant, Victor went from ruin to a life of abundant victory, proving that God reveals secrets not to impress, but to transform. Isn't it shocking how 3 simple truths can tear down invincible strongholds? If this story has stirred something inside you, it's because God is revealing the same thing to you today. Are you ready to embrace these secrets and see victory in your life? Have you ever felt that anxiety that Victor overcame, or a defeat that seems insurmountable? If it has touched your soul, it's because this video needed to reach you at this exact moment. Share in the comments, "Today I claim my victory in God." And if you feel the fire of faith burning, subscribe to the channel now. But only if you have the courage to live out these secrets starting today. God bless you, and remember, victory doesn't wait. It calls you now.